Discovery Challenge Academy is operated by the California National Guard in partnership with the San Joaquin County Office of Education. It's an opportunity for teens ages 16 to 18 to earn 65 high school credits, serve at least 40 hours of community service, and potentially complete their high school diploma. Discovery Challenge Academy is designed to help each team move forward in reclaiming their lives back. This is the story of Cadet Ramirez.
I grew up with my mom, my dad. They weren't even together already, so when I was born. But after my dad died, I was around 7 years old. That right there, that experience made me very alone. I didn't know how to take it. While I was, not in a great place in my life with no guidance, that made me very experimental. So I tried a lot of things at a really young age. When I was like 8, ate my first cigarette. In my 8th grade year, I was around 14, making like $1,200 to $1,000 a week, just selling cocaine. This amount of money at such a young age, my mom had seen it. She, where are you getting this from, And a part of me felt like she wasn't surprised, but then a part of me felt like, their kid doesn't have their father. You see your son selling cocaine, what do you do at that point, And instead of throwing it away, flushing it, we sold it. We sold the rest of it, and then she told me never do it again. And I didn't even get that much of a consequence. So me thinking, I could do this, I'm never gonna get caught, Because I always knew, my family always had that little guilt for me because I didn't have a dad, So they let me get away with certain things.
He was open to me to an extent and tell me what was going on and what he was doing, but there's still things that he wouldn't tell me. And so when I got a phone call that he was at school with a firearm, I was shocked. My heart just dropped. And when they said they're taking my son to jail, he ripped my heart apart.
I got arrested last year. This is when I was really deep into my drug phase. But one day I went to school and I wanted some Xanax. And all I remember was taking it at the bus stop, going to school, walking into the gate, going to my first period class, and then coming home. And I just wake up in my bed. That's all I remember. And my mom comes home. She's really angry with me. She was calling me. I'm like, "You're a tweaker. What are you doing with your life?" Da, da, da. I slam my door, hop out my window. I ran away for the whole weekend. So when I ran away, I had gotten an Uber to my friend's house, and that whole weekend I was just really drugged out of my mind. They have guns there, so I'm thinking to myself, me being ruthless and aggressive as I am, who's gonna stop me? So I take one of their guns and I leave. I was feeling real anxious. So I took my gun everywhere with me where I went. To school, to the store, everywhere. So one day, I was in my 6th period and they knock on the door, doom, doom, doom. Is Victor Ramirez there? Can we speak with him real quick? All right. I didn't even think anything of it. I go outside and then as soon as I step foot out the classroom, police snatched me up. The district police, boom, put me up against the wall. I didn't care, to be honest. I felt like everybody goes to jail at one point in their life. Honest to God, I really thought that everybody goes to jail at one point in their life, even if it's for something little. I knew I was bound to go into juvenile hall. It was only logical that I was gonna end up there or dead. It being my first offense, they gave me an opportunity called Discovery Challenge Academy. They said that if I went to the program, I would get my charge expunged. I took the offer. I didn't have anything else better going in my life. I knew I had to make a difference. There was no going back to what I was before.
The thing I love about DCA is it's an environment that's free of distractions for a lot of these students. And you can sense the relief, even though they complain that they don't have phones, that they don't have access to the things they have when they're on the outside. You do see a sense of relief, safety, and a willingness to learn.
Jeremy's class is pretty interesting because I think a lot of the kids believe that they're experts at computers because the generation now is they're born using computers or phones or whatever it may be. And so they get into the class thinking that it's going to be one way, and they discover that it's not so easy, and there's a lot of background knowledge that they need to know or they don't know already. So many times kids want to drop out and ask to go back into their core class so that they can not have to use that part of their brain. And Victor was one of those cadets. Every day would say, Miss Ward, can you please get me out of this class? It's not what I thought. I can't do this. My brain doesn't work this way. I need extra support in other classes. And so in my opinion, he was intentionally not doing things. He wasn't paying attention. He was giving Jeremy a difficult time. And once he realized that we weren't going to give up on him and Mr. Love was going to provide the extra support and he wasn't going to get a, yes, okay, Victor, I'll take you out of that class, it just clicked. I'm not sure what Jeremy had talked to him about, but he knew that it wasn't going to go anywhere and it wasn't going to change and we weren't going to let him take the easy way out and just change the class. And then he ended up loving it. He was really excited about it. He opened his mind to being able to learn the different philosophies and the different strategies that Jeremy was trying to teach him, and he ended up doing very well.
Mr. Love sat there and talked with me, and we went over a few things like how to be more resilient. Why would I give up? I came here for a reason, you know what I mean? And when you missed the opportunity, there's no going back from that. And I feel like he really inspired me because coding, I didn't know you could, I never knew how to make my own website until he taught me how to make little arcade games until he taught me. It's so much more to life than what it actually is. So when you go out there or when it's your home pass, you see the world differently. It's like, there's so much more than this. You start believing in your own worth.
I think a lot of students in his situation, sometimes they mistrust adults. Sometimes they see adults as, oh, this is an obstacle I have to get around. They don't see us as educators as partners in their learning. And that's what I try to instill in all of my students, that look, we are all in this together and we're all gonna build these skills together. And the speed at which you build these skills is irrelevant. We're all gonna have different learning curves, but we will get there. We will get to that destination. It all comes down to, hey, Victor, you have to trust the process. You have to trust me as an educator. You have to trust yourself, and you just can't give up.
This is probably one of the most difficult places to earn 65 credits. And coding is not an easy class to begin with. And so when somebody is given that opportunity and they find that success, I think it gives them the momentum to keep doing it.
I just couldn't believe my eyes how much DCA affected him as a person. He was completely different, and I was just so shocked. He's now self-driven. He wants to join the Marines. He's like, Mom, are you sure you want me to go? Because I know I'm gonna leave you again. Because he left me for 6 months for DCA. I was like, son, whatever it takes for you to be successful and happy, that's what I want for you.
I hope to actually make a difference because I feel like I've been put on this earth to do a lot more, but I'm not the perfect human being. I still have things wrong with me, but I hope one day I can make at least a little difference. I try my best.